MLB The Show 18 serves as a reminder of how far sports games have come. When looking at such an in-depth baseball game, you might be intimidated at first by how much this game has to offer. The good news is that the controls are very easy to learn, and although this is a simulation-style game, it's easy for anyone to pick up and play. The show thrives in a simulation setting, but if you're an old-school gamer like myself, you can still jump into arcade mode, which is very similar to games like Griffey 64. This is very refreshing for guys who want a faster paced mode, but let's get back to the main attraction, the simulation style, baby. Authenticity is the name of the game when talking about the show. Every player has their own style swing, every pitcher has their own special pitches, and a unique feel to those pitches. Even fielders have different throwing mechanics. The hundreds of new animations implemented makes the show the most realistic looking baseball game to date. The commentary between Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, and Dan Plesac is incredibly realistic and flows with the game perfectly. It's like you're watching a real baseball game. The commentary issues that you get with games like Madden, where you hear the same clips over and over again, was not an issue whatsoever when playing the show. Between hitting, base running, pitching, and fielding, there are plenty of different controls for you to choose from and try out in this practice mode. This enables you to pick and choose what batting controls you want versus what pitching controls you want. You can mix it up to whatever baseball experience is the most optimal experience for you. The beauty of the show is that it lets you play baseball however you want to play baseball. I enjoy this game more with friends, but the computer is also really fun to play against. There's a dynamic difficulty setting that adjusts based on how well you play, and this makes it so you're always challenged. If you start hitting bombs, your batting difficulty will increase, and vice versa, if you start striking out a ton, pitches will become much easier to hit. Road to the Show is probably everyone's favorite mode in this game. I named my baseball player Dick Michaels, and I found presets where the game actually calls him that.
Digging in to try it again, Dick Michaels.
24.
There are hundreds upon hundreds of preset names for you to choose from, so I'm sure you can find your actual name if you want to use that, but if you're not playing as Dick Michaels, you're playing Road to the Show incorrectly. If you're unfamiliar with Road to the Show, you basically build your character from the minor leagues all the way to the big leagues. You can choose for your character to be more of a speedy guy, to a slugger, to a contact hitter. No matter what you choose, there is obviously going to be pros and cons that set caps onto your player's overall attributes, and this also affects your player's skill progression. For example, if you choose a slugger, you're obviously going to sacrifice speed. Road to the Show is such a cool mode because it really utilizes true RPG elements into a sports game instead of shoving microtransactions down your throat. NBA 2K should take some notes. If you want to improve in Road to the Show, you need to do it the old-fashioned way. Play some ball. To make this mode even more authentic, you can customize your batting stance. I don't really play baseball, so I don't have a batting stance, but I still created one, which I thought was awesome. In Road to the Show, your attributes increase based on your in-game performance, instead of just earning some kind of currency and spending it all willy-nilly. If you have a successful game as a contact hitter, your player's stats will correlate. If you start stealing bases a lot, your player will become a lot more of a confident base runner. Another fun mode is franchise mode because you can build your own team. There are not as many features in this mode as, say, NBA 2K, but this is still my go-to mode because I can cheat and finally make the Mets good. The show is simply an outstanding game because baseball is supposed to be boring. It's slow, the stadiums never sell out anymore. I'm a basketball fan, I barely watch baseball. MLB The Show 18 is simply a great video game. Even if you don't love baseball, you may love this game, so you might want to consider picking it up. As always, thanks for watching, boys and girls, and let me know your favorite baseball game. I'd probably have to say Griffey 64.
This game looked like it was going to be one of those wild ones right from the beginning. But when you can win this thing in walk-off fashion, what a way to win a ball game. A walk-off win?